Hey guys, and welcome back to Inside Investing, and today we're gonna give you the guidelines on how to become a millionaire, because everyone can become a millionaire as long as you put the time and the effort in and invest your money wisely. So today we're gonna give you a sort of guideline and a handbook and also a real life example with a real calculation on how you can also become a millionaire. So that's at the end of this video, so please keep watching until the end, because then you can also see how to become a millionaire. So your future is actually going to start today and right now with a few key concepts. And the first one is wealth is not money. Wealth does not equal money. Because actually if you've got more money, you can't directly be wealthy. Because that's a whole balance between how much money you have, but also how much money you, I would say, spend, right? So how much money do you spend on things, for example, on your house, on your mortgage, on loans, on your car or whatever? How much money I spend versus how much money do I keep? And I think it's actually a book that I read a few weeks ago, and there was also very nicely stated that wealth is actually how long can you keep on living the way that you currently do without working for it, and that's how wealthy you are. So you can perhaps even say, well, wealthy is an amount of time I can go without actually working for my money. But that does not directly equal money. Because money is actually a necessity, guys. So money is something that we need in order for us to buy stuff, right? To buy food, to buy shelter, to buy sometimes some clothes or go on a holiday or whatever. So money is really a necessity that we need. So is then time money? Is that true? Well, that might be. Because actually, for example, regular jobs are very time consuming, right? That means that if you want to just work a 9-to-5 job somewhere in an office, you just spend quite some time on an annual basis and you get a very fixed amount of money. You might be able to get a bonus based upon, for example, targets that you hit, but still that's based upon a very specific guideline, and there's not really, you can't really leverage your time very smart, I would say, right? There's not really a nice leverage model there. It's just you put in 1 hour of work and you get always the exact same output. And that's why regular jobs are very time consuming. And then the question comes to mind, do you want to actually work until you're old, right? Do you want to work until you've got your pension, right? For example, I think in the Netherlands where we live, it's around 65, 67. Do you want to work until that age? Or is there a way to earlier perhaps become a millionaire? Well, we can show you today, and we will show you in the next few minutes on how you can also become a millionaire, because that's true. Everyone can become a millionaire as long as you've got this basic knowledge, I would say, and a few basic principles down. And the one that's very important here is passive income. Because if time is money, that's not true, because passive income will show you that you can set up something, and that does take time. So guys, we also need to be honest with you, it does take time for you to really create a passive income stream. That's not, you won't wake up and all of a sudden you've got a passive income stream fixed. No, you do indeed need to put in some time as well there. You need to really set up this way of earning money. But once you've got this set up, once you've got your income stream, your passive income stream fixed and completely set up, then you can indeed earn some money without actually working for it, without actually putting extra time in. And if you've got this concept down, this way of earning passive income down, and you've got the first example or your first income stream, your passive income stream done, then the second one will become a little bit easier to get there, and the third one will become a little bit easier as well. So every step that you take along the way is going to become a bit easier. But the first important thing is then to start, guys. You really need to start thinking about how can you create a passive income stream. And we're going to show you one of the great examples that we actually use. Because for us, it's ETF investing. So that's investing in a very broad basket of funds, of shares of companies that we buy into. That means that it's quite a low risk, I would say. Of course, If the whole market goes down, for example, in the case of a global pandemic, then yeah, we'll see the amount of our portfolio decrease a little bit, but also the whole market in the last couple of years, or let's say in the last decade, at least increased. So if we look at a longer time period, then we do see that actually in most cases the market increases as long as we use this way of investing, the ETF investing. So don't buy into one specific company, that's not what we're doing. We're buying into a basket of companies, and that whole basket increases in the long run. Instead of indeed one company, because one company can go bankrupt, they might become like a financial issue, whatever, that they misstate something in their financial statement, that can become a real issue and may result in the company becoming bankrupt. In this case, in ETF investing, that's not really happening because you're buying into a basket of companies, and we're going to show you the best example of this, which has more than 2,000 companies included. Well, even if one of those companies goes bankrupt, the rest of the 1,999 companies are going to be perfectly fine. And getting that basis down is very important here. And we actually use DEGIRO for our investing. So also, if you want to start investing, then definitely use the link down in the description. We've got a link for you to sign up and also to start investing today. It's very easy. Also on our YouTube channel, we've got a video on how to start investing using DEGIRO, how to create your account, how to buy your first shares that you want to buy. It's all very easy, and we've explained it on this channel multiple times. So definitely use the link down in the description and start investing today. But then let's have a look at the example that I told you about. So let's say the initial deposit is around $5,000 and the monthly contribution is around $500. So first you've got some money saved up, and that's why you're for example able to directly deposit around 5,000 euros. It's not needed, but in this case that's what we've started off with. And then a monthly contribution of around $500. That's also quite significant, we need to say. But I think for quite some people, at least a few €100 should be possible. If you limit the spending that we've talked about earlier, if you limit that spending, then you should be able to at least get a little bit of more free space, free money, which you can then start investing and really create that passive income stream that we've taught you about. Then let's say in this case, the investment time span is around 34 years, which is quite a long period, but that's also why you need to start investing as soon as possible, guys. That's definitely key here as well. Start today or even yesterday if that's possible, because the earlier you start, the better it is, the more significant results you will get. So please, if you are thinking about it, just start with a small amount of money. We are also showing you on this channel that we've just started with like a few €100. It's not too much, but at least it's a start, and that's the most important thing. Just start investing. And then we've put in an estimated rate of return of around 8%. That I would say on average the market return. It might be a little bit lower, it might be around 6.5 or 7. Sometimes it's around 9. I think 10 might be a little bit too high. So that's, in this case, we've set an estimated rate of return of around 8%. And then guys, let's see how much money we could have made if you would have been investing for this long time, right? So around 34 years. We can see this very nice graph here. So this is right now, this is very small. And then we see that the blue part of the graph is the money, is the principal, is the money that we've invested. But then the green part is the money that's actually that's the interest. So that's really the money that we've earned without doing anything, guys, just with having the money included in the whole market. So what can we see here? Well, we see that as of this point, so in around, let's say around half of the time, so in around 20 years or so, we see that the money doubled. So our investment, our principal at least doubled by then, right there. But then we do see that the interest is definitely increasing, guys. There's such a big difference. If we look at around 30 years, that should be right around this point, we see that the money that we've invested was still, I would say, of course, a lot of money. Honestly, it's quite some money. But then the money that we've earned, it's like 2.5 times the money that we've invested. So that's way more money that we've earned without doing anything, guys. So just with investing the money in such a broad basket. And we see in the end, so that's in around 34 years, the future balance should be around $1 million. So this is indeed a way to become a millionaire with a total principal. So the money invested by then is around $209,000, which is a lot of money, guys. That's honestly, that's a lot of money, but that's also in 34 years. So you've got 34 years to invest this money. And then the total interest is $811,000. So that's 4 times the amount of money that we've invested. We get 4 times the money back in 34 years. So that's honestly insane. And this is one of the key ways, and in our opinion, the best ways to earning your passive income, to really create a passive income stream. This is the way to do it. And you can also start doing that. So if you honestly want to follow along with our whole journey, because we also have that goal, of course, then definitely subscribe. We are increasing the value of our portfolio. You can see that in our portfolio updates that we try to give you on a very periodic basis. And we really want to be as transparent as possible. So we do also show that to you. How is the portfolio doing in good times and in bad times as well? So if we're in the minus, then you're also gonna see it. But if we're in the plus and if we're positive, then you will also see it. So guys, if you want to see more about our portfolio and how that's growing, then definitely subscribe, and also please give this video a thumbs up. That also helps out the channel just grow. So let's then have a look at the companies that we've got included in VWRL, because guys, VWRL is our ETF of choice. There's around 3,500 different stocks, and in this case, a few very specific ones. So there's Apple included, it's Microsoft, it's Alphabet, so that's the company, Google, that's actually Google, Amazon, Facebook, Berkshire Hathaway, we've got semiconductors, we've got JP Morgan Chase, we've got Tesla now as well included. So there's so many big companies included in buying just one share of VWRL. So that's definitely why we want to also invest in VWRL. And I'm now just quickly gonna open up our broker account for you. Give me a second. There we are. So this is the broker account. This is our account at DEGIRO that I told you about. So this is the broker of choice. And I quickly went to the portfolio. So this is the overview of our portfolio. Right here, down at the bottom, we see Vanguard VTC All World UCITS ETF. So this is the ETF of Vanguard. So this is the VWRL. And what we see, we've currently got around 5 shares with the last traded price that was around Friday afternoon of around 100 euros. That sort of fluctuates, so it doesn't matter too much, but at least know that currently we've got around 500 euros invested. That's around half of our portfolio. We do want to increase this. So we want this to be, I would say, around 70-75%. We want also a little bit more of S&P 500, and then the rest we want to be invested in all of these other ETFs as well. And what do we see currently? We've got around a 4.42% profit margin. So that's 4.4% profit that we've made passively. So the only thing that we needed to do, of course, is to invest this 500 euros. But we've done that, I think, in the last couple of months actually. So we've bought, I think around each and every month we've bought 1 share in addition to it. And by then we increased over time the portfolio and also our position on VWRL. So I think in the next month as well, we're gonna buy 1 more or preferably 2 more, and overall then really increase this position and really see this grow. One thing that's also very nice is we'll also get dividend paid out. So we will also see that once in a while, right here at the bottom, it will say that you're going to be paid out some dividend. I think the last time it was around 50 cents per share. So in this case, we should have been able to earn around €2.50. That's, I think, nice. Of course, it's very limited amount as of now, because overall we just have 5 shares, so that's not too much. But at least it's something cool to really also, again, expand our portfolio. So we reinvest that money. So if we get the dividends paid out, the passive income paid out, then what we'll do is increase again or put it in our portfolio. And if possible, then really, again, buy an additional share to really expand our portfolio. So guys, we hope you learned something new today. If you did, then please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, then definitely subscribe as well, and comment down below any questions or any topics that you want us to cover during the next video, because we do keep this very interactive with you as well. We do got live streams as well. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's go.